Here we go. Up next is the Dukes of Hazzard Christmas Review. This is Season 3, Episode 9, titled The Great Santa Claus Chase, written by Martin Roth, directed by Denver Pyle, Uncle Jesse himself. Original air date December 19th, 1980. That's 45 years ago. And here's the show preview right here.
On the Dukes, it's a typical Hazzard holiday gathering with lots of surprises.
There ain't no trees.
Huh?
We was hijacked.
Go after him. Go after him. Yeah, we which? Who? What?
He was that white bearded, red suited crook.
There's nothing sacred.
Ho, ho, ho. Hang on. We're the day before Christmas, and oh, what a mess. So don't go away, you hear?
There we go. All right. I love this episode. I'm just telling you straight up. It's not a great episode for the General Lee, except for one jump and a couple of chases. But I love this episode. And before we dig into it, Corndog, for you, does this one matter? Like in the 7 seasons of Dukes of Hazzard and multiple movies and all that, does this episode matter?
I would say yes, but not for the car scene. You know, because when you think Dukes of Hazzard, you're usually thinking of car chases and you're thinking of crashes and, of course, jumps with the General Lee. But this one doesn't have a whole lot of that. It does have some good stunt scenes as far as, like, you know, everybody sliding into one area and no one hitting each other.
Yeah.
But for the storyline, this one's probably has one of the better storylines of the series.
Well, here's the IMDb summary. And again, we reviewed this, the three of us here, 3 years ago in episode 247. And it was on the original Kibbe and Finnegan show in episode 15 back in 2016. I love when we re-review these because it gives me the chance to go back. This time, it's been 3 years. I have not seen it for 3 years. And this one is like a Christmas story to me. I won't watch it until it's Christmas season. You know, it's not in a regular rotation, and I'm so happy when I see it. And this is a unique, very standalone episode, as we'll discuss. Here's the IMDb summary. Yeah. Boss hires a trio of criminals to hijack a load of Christmas trees bound for Hazzard, knowing that Bo and Luke are responsible for the deliveries and receipt of a $500 down payment. With the community convinced that the Dukes had stolen the funds, the crooks each dress as Santa Claus and break into Boss's safe to retrieve the stolen money. Bo, Luke, and Cooter eventually team to give Boss and the bad guys a lesson in confusion. In the end, Boss, who has played the part of Scrooge throughout the episode, gets a lesson in the meaning of the season.
That sounds pretty good. Pretty accurate.
Yeah. It's in the ballpark. Like,
yeah,
really quite well. DVD summary. You know who's naughty? Boss, that's in parentheses. And who's nice? The Dukes, also in parentheses. So guess who plots a Christmas tree heist? Question mark. Sucks.
They were just ready to go home that day.
Just hacked it in. All right. Here is my summary. My third summary, I think. 'Tis the season to be jolly, Burn. In possibly the most unique standalone 80s cliche Christmas episode of a family TV series ever, this one single standalone Christmas Dukes of Hazzard pulls every trick in the book to become a classic piece of Americana you'll watch every Christmas. It has all the stuff. It has 6 car chases. It has only one chase with a General Lee in it, and despite that, it's awesome. We will get a full reenaction of the Charles Dickens Christmas Carol, but it's actually more close to Scrooge McDuck than Ebenezer Scrooge. There are a minimum of 6 humans dressed as Santa in one car chase at one time, in a massive they went this way, no, they went that way type of car chase. When the bad guys get caught, Cletus calls them merry men. The boar's nest is decorated because dive bars decorated at Christmas are fantastic. That's why. There are carols. There are hot chocolates. There are high heels for some reason. And this episode ends on the message of what Christmas is all about, unconditional forgiveness, topped with jingle bells flying overhead. I give this one 10 perfect Little Debbie Christmas cakes.
Cool.
I love this episode, and it's not a great generally episode. There are a lot of car chases on it, and like they're the same chase for the most part over and over again.
Yeah.
But I truly enjoyed it. Do you know where it was filmed? Like, are there any unique filming locations? It all looks pretty stock stuff to me.
I didn't really pay that close attention to this. I would say it's probably like Sherwood, more than likely, because during that time they did a lot there at Sherwood. So that's why these, the land doesn't look as familiar because, it's a lot of that has changed tremendously and, in the last 30 years or better.
Well, the filming locations to me are pretty great. Now, this is season 3. As a reminder for those that are new to this, especially via YouTube, the Dukes of Hazzard ran 7 seasons. The first season was a half season, started in January, ended in May. In that season, it was ranked number 20. In season 2, it was ranked number 9 in the country. In this season, its highest season, it was number 2. In its next season, it was number 6. Then in the 5th season, it dropped into the 30s with Coy and Vance, and it never recovered after that. It still had millions of viewers, far more than most any show today, other than maybe the NFL. But back then, that's not enough. But this season, it's at its height. Now, the episode is directed by Denver Pyle, and that's Uncle Jesse. He will direct, I think, about a dozen Dukes of Hazzard episodes, and this is his second. This episode is unique. When the show starts, there's no music. It's a quiet town square. I think this might be the only episode that starts with no music.
Yeah, because usually you hear banjos playing, and they'll start off. The balladeer will start off, kind of bringing you up to speed.
Yes,
but this one doesn't do that. I didn't even catch that.
It's a little. I you know what? That's why we review this over and over again. I didn't catch it till this time, but it starts with a quiet town square, and Waylon then comes in and says, "This is a peaceful Christmas. This is as white Christmas as you're ever going to get in Hazzard County." Or is it? Because I noticed something at the end.
Friends, you're looking at a Hazzard County white Christmas, because that's as white as it's going to get.
Now, the end of the episode is also unique. It closes with a pull away shot from the family farm, and then it pulls out through a wreath while a choir sings. It's the only episode where they show us, we know you're on TV. and I love it for that. Now, the gist of the episode really is a Christmas or a Christmas carol, and Boss Hogg really is supposed to be Scrooge. So the grand wizard that he is, Boss Hogg, has a monopoly on Christmas trees, like real Christmas trees. Do you guys, I know Bernie doesn't, but Corndog, do you have a real Christmas tree or a fake Christmas tree?
No, we have an artificial tree.
All right, so do we.
I don't. I'm trying to think. I was probably a kid the last time I lived somewhere where we had a actual real tree. Yeah, it's been a while.
I like having a fake tree because I leave it up for like 8 weeks. And my mom was allergic to real trees, but when I was a kid, we did have real trees. And I think in this day and age, it was very common for you to have a real Christmas tree. And kind of like in a Christmas story, you got it really late. You got it almost at Christmas time.
Well, it would dry out, I mean, yeah, you can add water to it and everything, but
life.
Yeah. But it was really odd to me that, they were getting their tree Christmas Eve, which I don't know is either, I guess going on the storyline, it was Christmas Eve, but maybe they were supposed to get it the day before Christmas Eve. But yeah, that's kind of strange to me that they would wait that long.
I think this episode is supposed to take place over 2 days, and I think we start on the 23rd. And Cooter apparently runs the Boy Scouts, and the Boy Scouts fundraisers, they sold Christmas trees. He sends Bone Luke to get him in a truck. Boss Hogg has the truck hijacked. While Bo and Luke are untying themselves, the bad guys paint the truck and relicense the truck and then drive the same truck to town, where Boss Hogg tells the town, Bo and Luke have stole your trees, but I bought you a new replacement truck. And this gets the town against the Dukes. That's the gist of the episode. And the bad guys that Boss has hired decide to double cross him after they realize how much money he's made. And they dress up as Santa Claus and they come to rob him. Now, why they dress as Santa Claus to rob him, I don't know.
Yeah. They
But
just needed a disguise, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of odd.
To clear their name, Bo and Luke and Cooter also dress as Santa Clauses, and they drive identical debranded Ford pickups that sound really weird.
Yeah.
Sound like straight sixes with no exhaust or something like that. And they go deliver all those stolen trees back as Santa Claus, so that while they're being chased by Boss or Roscoe or Cletus, this guy will be going this way, this will go being east, this guy will be going south, and hopefully they'll all be confused. And at the same time, they catch up with the bad guys who are dressed in Santa Claus suits, and you have 6 Santas all at once on.
Yeah. It's kind of like they took a piece of the episode with Cal Yarbrough, where they had the 3 general, and it was the same kind of deal where it's like, okay, they're going over here. No, they're going over there. And it's just get everybody turned around. But it's almost like they did that and dipped it into this episode.
We have an enormous amount of audio clips for you audio listeners that you're going to find at the end of this episode. Hopefully Kirk Hansen, our editor, has been able to weave in a few video clips that are usable or stills, but numerous people in here. There's some special actors that are in this one, and specifically the guy that plays the leader of the bad guys. His name is Woody Strode, and Woody Strode calls Boss Hogg an old geezer.
Did you get the money?
Yeah, but nothing to compare with that old geezer's got sitting in the safe, just aching to be plucked.
Woody Strode was 16 years older than Boss Hogg in real life. Woody Strode was born in 1914. He died in 1994 at the age of 80.
Wow.
In 1956, he played the king of Ethiopia in the movie The 10 Commandments. This man lived through the golden age of Hollywood. And he did a great job in this episode. The 2 bad guys that are his cronies, one of them's a repeat actor that comes back in another Dukes of Hazzard episode, but it's fine. It's a pretty stock episode. Boss's goal is to get Bo and Luke behind bars and make a bunch of money and stick it to the poor. Now, Roscoe does something he rarely does. He catches the Dukes. He has to drive after them and catch them, and he does.
Yeah, but he catches them in his car.
He doesn't. Yeah, it's not
after
Lee versus
a load of dirt gets dropped on it, and so yeah.
I truly enjoy when Roscoe has to commandeer a car because he can't say the word. So here's Roscoe trying to commandeer a car.
Hold it right there. Just freeze it right there. Just move it over there. I'm commanding this. I'm taking this vehicle over. I'm in hot pursuit.
Commandeering.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was really the true James Best.
You think so?
It'd be funnier if it was.
I enjoy how much people believe in Santa Claus in this episode. Cletus at one point, well, let me just play it for you because Cletus gets verklempt when he thinks that Santa is stealing from people.
Cletus! What? You had them, then you lost them again.
Had who? Lost who?
Santa Claus. He stole the boss's Christmas trees.
Santa Claus did?
Well, it ain't the real Santa Claus.
No, it ain't the real one.
What am I saying?
You said it wasn't the
I know what I said.
Again, this is an episode made for kids. It's very funny. We have one old guy from, like a bar patron. And he goes, "We ain't got no trees for Christmas. I don't know what we're going to do." That's in this. It's so classic. There is a General Lee jump in this episode, though. There's one chase. And where's the car lot? So they drive by a used car lot. And there's a car carrier unloading cars, and it just happens to have some ramps down. Right after it backs that black Grand Prix off, that car's slick.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool. You don't see many of that body style. I don't know what year it is, but some mid-70s era Grand Prix.
Is that a car lot that we see used in other episodes?
You probably do, but I don't know. I'm sure it becomes, used for, this scene here, and it becomes so many different that, for that day it just worked to make it a car lot because it worked with the storyline of the hauler unloading a bunch of cars at the lot. So there again, I imagine that's probably at Lake Sherwood as well. But I want to say that do you remember the episode where they did the dragonfly thing where it was like, you stop, you're at a dead stop, you drag race, as fast as you can to hit the ramp, and then you fly as far. I believe this is probably the same area where they did that scene as well.
Okay.
I don't remember which episode that was.
Oh, that's
right
season
off.
4, Goodbye Generally, the first wide push bar episode. That's one where Luke gets
and then-
amnesia.
That's right. Yeah. And then I want to say it was Cletus. He turns around and follows them and does it with the police car as well. That to me, I don't know what it is, but just going off of memory, that kind of seems like it might be the same location.
Okay.
But I would say that that's going to be Sherwood.
The jump that the general does is pretty fun because it's the jump that you think when in high school, every time like you see like a guy with a pickup that does lawn service that leaves the trailer down for a mower. you always think,
again, if you're at a car lot and you see the transporter with the ramps down, you think, I wonder if I can jump it.
That. The approach is real. When the general's climbing up the ramps, you're looking up the ramps at it. That's real. And then they go to the side camera and you see the platform, like the wood ramp that it actually used. And that's fine.
Parked next to the trailer.
And it does a low tail landing, but that's the only jump you get. But it's at least it's a jump.
You do get to see some carnage, as the front end crumples, and a lot of times they cut that out, but they left a little bit more of it in this particular jump, which everybody cringes to see that, but I don't know why. I kind of like to see that as well.
Towards the end of the episode, Uncle Jesse has to start getting things lined up. And one of those things is to get Cletus aboard. And he pulls Cletus out of a diner while he's eating lunch. And Cletus is eating this.
This is my favorite, country fried spaghetti.
I don't care if it's your lunch hour. I got my bail money and I want the boys.
All right, Uncle Jesse.
What is country fried spaghetti?
I don't have a clue. I'm guessing like maybe if it has meatballs in it, then maybe it's battered and fried meatballs. Maybe
like an interesting fair food. Take a big ball of spaghetti and meat sauce and kind of, with some starch in it so it'll hold itself together. And like you said, batter it and drop it in the hot oil of heaven and let it crisp up a little bit, then walk around and chew on it. Oh, yeah. I'd try that.
Here's something we couldn't do 3 years ago. I asked Gemini AI, what is country fried spaghetti? Country fried spaghetti refers to a method of preparing spaghetti in a skillet with oil or butter to develop crispy browned edges in a style that resembles a stir fry or frittata. It's a popular quick. I think it's just spaghetti with like kind of stir fry noodles.
Okay.
What's a frittata? Do you have to say that with your pinky up in the air?
I don't know. That's what it says there. Frittata.
I'm having a frittata.
Yeah. I mean,
Have
that's
a
what
frittata on my tatas.
What?
Carry on.
All right. So boss or Uncle Jesse has to get Cletus in order. Cletus is sent out to chase Santa Claus's driving trucks. The big thing that Bo, Luke, and Cooter do is they decide to rob the truck of trees back. Mm-hmm. And their goal is that they're going to deliver them to all of the people that ordered them in the first place. So they're not really stealing, they're returning. Right?
They're making good on their purchase.
Cooter arranges for them to have 3 identical Ford F-150 long beds.
Yeah.
That are apparently stick shifts because they launch pretty bad at times. And you can see the wheel lugging and the axle hopping. And they each are in Santa suits and they each have CB nicknames. Do you know their CB Christmas handles?
Oh, wasn't one like Blitzen Duke or something Blitzen?
Blitzen is Luke. Who's
Okay.
Cooter?
Not Rudolph.
That's Bo.
Okay. Vixen.
Dancer. For some reason, he's Dancer. So Cooter's Dancer, Luke is Blitzen, and Bo is Rudolph.
So he starts off as a Boy Scout, never becomes a mechanic on this episode, but then becomes a dancer.
Yeah. that is.
Put it that way, yeah.
When Uncle Jesse calls them when they're driving trucks, he calls them the bearded sheep.
The bearded sheep, yeah.
There's so everything in here in this thing is Christmas-fied. When they need to give answers, they say, "Good luck, Merry Christmas, ho ho ho." It's always just a little bit more. The colors in this are mostly green and red. They decorate everything. It's the same thing that they do in Home Alone. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the Home Alone backdrop where they talk about how they reimagined the inside of the Home Alone house. But I mean, they put up like green and red wallpaper. Everything was supposed to be Christmas themed.
Right,
and I would say that this episode is. It starts with a Silent Night. Uncle Jesse's conducting the choir. He gets discriminated against by the town because they think his boys are stealing trees.
Mm-hmm.
And they send the only African-American kid in the choir to tell him like, "Hey, we can't be on this anymore. We can't be with your kind."
Yeah.
And that and he reacts, like he should.
What does it say? Like, let's go get some hot chocolate or talk about it, or I forgot what he said.
And the boy, he just feels crushed because he doesn't want it. He wants the choir.
Yeah.
Like he wants to keep going.
Hey, oldest Jay. Where's the rest of the choir?
Well, their folks won't let them Christmas carol for a Duke no more.
Oh. So that's the way it is, huh? Well, leastways you showed up.
I was the one that made come tell you. Uncle Jesse, we don't have a Christmas tree anyway. And if you'll sing lead, I'll sing harmony.
Well, I don't think that'd quite get it, oldest Jay. Tell you what we better do. We better go on over to the pharmacy and get ourselves a hot chocolate.
The only thing that does get a little confusing is when Luke, I think he goes to the same house twice to deliver trees to two different families. It's kind of a
was it the same camera angle though?
I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong on that, but
surely they had access to some more, fake houses. Even if they had to have gone on the, the Warner Brothers lot and, just pick one of the houses off of the.
I just looked. I am wrong. It was two different houses. I take back that comment. That was wrong of me. I am sorry, Luke. You were right. Here's one more comment from Waylon that just kind of cracked me up.
Okay, now the Andersons will be the last place I have to deliver.
Hey, Luke, how are we going to deliver them trees without anybody recognizing us?
We all going to be dressed up like Santa Claus.
Hey.
6 Santa Clauses? Where are they going to get 48 tiny reindeer?
I love the man.
Did Tom say Sandy Claus?
That's what he says.
Sandy Claus.
Sandy Claus.
Oh.
They
Interesting.
do their heist by dressing up as Santa Clauses, and they throw a smoke bomb in the bank to get boss confused so they can steal his truck and get away. The smoke bomb is smoke that you would use to flavor like smoked meat.
Yeah.
The brand is Flav Smoke. They have several people say that. Flav Smoke. FLAV Smoke.
There we go. Flav Smoke, non-flammable. Cures ham, bacon, and assorted game.
Now, the next couple of steps was mighty important. So while Cooter set out to see Roscoe wouldn't cause him any problems, Bo and Luke, that's them, waited for Boss's bank to close before creating a little diversion by dropping a couple of harmless smoke bombs inside the empty bank.
I was curious. Is Flav Smoke a real thing? Well, it is. But it's a different kind of smoke.
Flavor Flav Smoke.
More in that lane. Yes. The website you go to purchase it does say, "Are you over 18?"
Yeah.
That's where you start.
You
Google
have
it
a
if you're
card.
interested. Otherwise, no, it's not for smoking meats. The episode does end though with the message of Christmas, which is forgiveness. So Boss Hogg and Roscoe are saying goodbye, and the Dukes have invited Roscoe over for Christmas, and they had the whole spread at the Duke farm. And that's everything as a kid when I would watch, like, man, I bet that's what a real family Christmas is like. You know, turkey and rolls and candles and everything, and they're like trimming the tree. And then Boss Hogg finally shows up, you know, sad and alone, and big fistful of presents, and he just wants to be welcomed in, and they welcome him in. And here's what I saw new for the first time. When Uncle Jesse opens the door to see Boss, there's snow falling. It's very faint, and it's a few flakes, but there is snow falling. I wonder if they were going to do a lot more. But as soon as he opens the door, it's JD, welcome. Then he sees snow behind him.
Really? I need to go back and watch that
very
now.
Faint, but it is there. And then, of course, the episode has the classic ending. I think we'll just go ahead and play the whole thing here.
Read that. What's that say? It says, Merry Christmas, Flash. Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, J.D. Hello, Jesse. I was just wondering if you all could spare a little Christmas cheer for one of your fellow citizens, namely me.
J.D., you just get yourself in here. Merry Christmas, J.D. Hey, everybody, look. Look who come to see us.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's me. Merry Christmas, everybody. And God bless us, everyone.
Oh, boss, why don't you join in with us? Come on, everybody, let's do Deck the Halls.
All right.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. La, 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 la.
Shh. Listen.
Did you boys put bells on Maudine the mule?
No, sir.
Do you reckon?
'Tis the season to be jolly.
Listen, now don't laugh. If it could happen anywhere, it would happen in Hazzard County.
I love the part right after they're wondering, and then Roscoe goes, goo, goo.
But that ending right there, it was perfect for this particular episode, because it gives you that like warm fuzzy feeling of Christmas, you know. And so the fact that there's no General Lee much at all, that kind of makes up for it in the end, because it's, you know, it did its job, told the story of Christmas basically.
It did. And while you hear the sleigh bells, you're outside the farm looking in, and you see the General Lee and a couple cars sitting there, and it's a dark shot. It's supposed to be at night. And it kind of looks like the right front fender smashed in a little bit. Maybe it's a shadow or something. I don't know if it's a reused image, but I've always kind of just treasured this one episode. Now, it's the only Christmas episode out of the 7 seasons of the Duke. This is it. There's no more.
The only other thing that's kind of remotely close would be when they were filming in Georgia, and you could see Christmas deck on the town square just by happenstance.
Oh, because of the time of year they would just happen to be filming.
That was like High Octane, I believe it was. And they're doing their scene in front of the courthouse, and off in the distance, the lampposts are decorated for Christmas. But there was no Christmas tie-in. But other than this episode, that's the only thing that you see anything remotely close to Christmas.
This was a day and age when most series had a theme, like they were tied to the holidays. Most series had a Christmas one every year. This one, it's just a standalone. It's a standalone episode. You don't really need to know anything about the Dukes before or after to watch this one. We thoroughly enjoy it. I already gave it my rating, 10 Christmas tree little Debbie cakes. Corndog, what do you give it?
Yeah, even though there's not much on the General Lee and stunts and all, but I still give it a good solid 9.5.
How about you, Bern? You didn't watch it, but you're aware of it.
I'm aware of it. I did watch it before. I just did not get to rewatch it for real this time for the episode. I'm kind of with you. I'm 9.5, but I'm a Dolly Madison man. So Dolly Madison snack cakes for me. 9.5 snack cakes from Dolly Madison.
Okie dokie. That wraps up the one and only Dukes of Hazzard Christmas review. Now, if you want to go hear some of our other classic episodes, go to themusclecarplace.com and look at the Kibbe and Friends Show. We have reviewed Christmas Comes to Willow Creek, starring John Schneider and Tom Wopat, just after the Dukes of Hazzard ended. That was like a made-for-TV Hallmark movie before Hallmark.
Yeah, they were truck drivers and they had beards.
Yeah. Anyway, Bern, anything else before we go?
How about a Chuck Norris Christmas joke?
Sure.
Santa Claus once forgot to get a present for Chuck Norris. You may have read about this in the papers. Chuck Norris gave him just one phone call and straightened the whole thing out. Now Chuck Norris has a Christmas present every day, even through Christmas in July. Not a great joke.
Apparently not. It just seems like a correction.
More of a course correction, yeah.
All right, we'll be back next week with one more regular broadcast episode for 2025 for you. If you would like to, you can join us on Patreon for a little bit more for Toys for Tots. Patreon.com/KF Show is where you go. Please leave a rating if you get this in Apple Podcasts. You can also find it here on YouTube. Share it on your social channels if you would. That's a great way to get the word out. When you buy something from Holly, tell them thank you. When you buy something from Ron Francis, tell them thank you. When you buy something from National Parts Depot, tell them thank you. That's it, fellas. We out? Good for this week?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All good.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. All right.
Merry Christmas.